So this is probably the easiest Elite Bloonarius that we've had so far, and I didn't think that I was going to be saying that, given that we're playing on Encrypted, but it is. It actually is. I think I bought the VTSG at like around 80 something, maybe late 80s. I don't remember, but it was very, very soon. It was a very fast one. So, doing the usual, doing the free dart monkey into Ben, and let me just tell you guys what I'm going to be doing in this one. So we're going to be using some towers that we have never used before, and that is because of the map, and the line of sight is blocked. So basically, these walls don't allow all of our towers to fire across them. So we have to switch up the strategy. So for example, as you guys can see here, I'm buying the sub, which I usually would not do to boost up the defenses, but everything is going to work out because the amount of money that we're going to be making here is something that hasn't happened before. I think, like, again, I bought the VTSG in the late 80s, I think, don't remember. But yeah, and we're also going to be doing some strategies with the farming, which I think ISAP thought that this is impossible to do, but it actually is. It's very possible. You just have to switch up the upgrade order. But let me not get ahead of myself, and let me just talk to you guys about everything that's going to be happening. So we started off with the free dart monkey, and I bought Benjamin. We have Benji now. That's amazing. So Benjamin, and getting the sub, I bought the space. You have to buy out these spaces to place your towers. So buy that, getting the sub, and then getting a farm in the top right corner, which you can barely see. And so that sub is going to 200. Now I'm going to get one more sub. Sorry, not one more sub, but one more farm. And then after getting this farm, I think to 100, I am going to upgrade the sub to 00. So there we go. That's the farm going to 100. And then the sub is going to 001 to help out with the DPS. Now, if you guys are having issues with the DPS, I would strongly encourage you guys to use the Ben ability. It's helping out a lot, and it's saving a lot of lives. So if you don't have the mana shield, you don't have the road spikes, just use the ability. It's going to help out a lot, right? So 2 farms down. I'm going for a third one. So third farm, it's going to be another 200. We're basically going to buy a lot of 200 farms, and we're going to be using the Druid farm. So recently I posted a video about how to correctly farm in the Elite Bloonarius. So you guys can check it out if you want to. But basically what we're doing now is something that I call, we're going to be using time-based income, or I guess ability-based income, which involves, a lot of towers, but we're going to be using the Druids for this map. And the reason why this is perfect for this map is because the amount of times that the balloons need to travel from the entrance of the map to the place that we're actually popping them. So it takes them a lot of time to reach that point, and that means that the abilities are going to have more time to go on cooldown, right? And, with that happening, we're also going to stall them a little bit, and we are just going to make insane amounts of money. This is the most money that I've ever had in any Elite Bloonarius. But anyways, I got I think it's a 030 texture, and I bought the farm, and then I went back for the 230, which you guys, again, you can get the 230 immediately if you want to. I'm just trying to put as much money as possible into these farms. So again, not really necessary to do it like that, but I try to invest more money into farming than the defenses. I like playing on the edge more, but you guys can obviously buy the defenses if you're missing them. So getting another farm, this is a total of 7 farms. I think all of them are 200. I'm gonna get this alchemist. He's gonna be our lead popping power, and he can see through the obstacle, through the walls, so he can pop the lead balloons before they appear. And the alchemist is positioned in that way, so to the top side of the little spot, because if you place him near the middle, he's going to be buffing the sub, so he's going to be wasting his brew later on, and we don't want that. So farm number 8, I guess, and we're going for the druids. This is going to be, again, an amazing map to do the druid farming, and later on to sacrifice all of these farms to the Monkeyopolis. We're going to sacrifice 11 farms. That's insane, to the Monkeyopolis. That's just crazy. I mean, you rarely get to sacrifice 11, right? That's the thing. So getting this up to 300, I hooked up this guy to the tech bot. So that's the Jungle's Bounty Druid, the 041. We have 8 200 farms, and then I'm just going for another one. Now, the reason why all of this is moving a little bit faster than usual is because, well, number one, we have Ben, and that is like a huge boost to our economy, right? But number 2 is that we're playing on medium mode, and medium mode actually does mean that everything comes a lot faster, and you can actually feel it in game. I think This would have been a tiny bit more challenging, I guess, if we were playing on hard mode, but nevertheless, it's still a very, very fun one. I actually like this because we're playing on an intermediate map and we don't get to see those too often. So I'm just buying the druids now. We have 3041 druids. They're all making money, all hooked up to the tech bots. And we're, using this map to the maximum with this ability or time-based income, right? Because the balloons take time from the entrance to the point where we're popping them, and that gives time for our abilities to make money. So that's exactly what we want. So druid number 4, and I'm getting ready for the boss now. So we're gonna be popping it as usual, the first tier. Although we're gonna be switching it up for the second tier. It's gonna be very interesting. So first tier, Bloonarius as usual, Blade Maelstrom. I get the 320 Alchemist, and I'm gonna be getting the 104 Ninja. Now, this again, pay attention to the ceramic balloons or the ceramic rushes or the skulls actually that he's gonna be releasing. But also this, this kind of farming requires your attention because you need to be buying the druids as well. So you need to be clicking the buttons and kind of keeping track of the HP of the boss on one hand, and then just keeping track of the druids. I also got the 401 plutonium reactor, which in my first playthrough I didn't do it, but I figured let's just stop the leaks. We have a lot of money, so we can afford to do it. So okay, you guys don't have to do this, I guess, but if you can, I'd actually recommend getting it. So just get it. And then this thing is a very interesting one. You can actually fit a farm in the water if you buy this ice tower. So I think that's a 041 ice tower, which allows us to place towers in the water in that open grave. And there we go. So that's a total of 9 farms currently. And we have 6 druids, which are all 041. The ninja is doing work. He's popping the Bloonarius, and then all of these rushes are getting controlled by the Blade Maelstrom. So very simple stuff up until this point. You guys have seen this, but the switch up comes in the next few rounds. So make sure to just be keeping track of the HP of the boss when the next skull is getting procced, and just keep using the ability. Now the thing is, because there is a limit on these lines of sight, we're gonna have to sell the ninja in a second, but I'm just gonna place 2 more farms, so that's 11, and that is it. So this is all of the farms for now, 200 farms, and that is gonna be it. I'm selling the Dark Monkey and I'm rebuying the 104 Ninja, so that he can start throwing his charges onto Bloonarius. And there we go, 2 more skulls left. Just don't lag behind. Keep buying your towers on time so that they start doing the damage earlier, and then you can you can pop everything earlier. So keeping in mind that we have to keep upgrading our banks, sorry, not the banks but the farms. So getting 420 farms now. And by the way, just to mention that we have a total of 8041 druids, so that is 8041 druids hooked up to tech bots. You don't have to do this, by the way. The first time I played it, I did it with less, so it's possible. I'm just over farming as usual, so that you guys, even if you're behind, you can beat it. I'm telling you that you can beat it. So keeping the farming going is something that I'm doing. Is I bought a Moab Shaft Heli, which is locked in place at the start, and what this does is it stalls the Moab class balloons, right? It keeps them in place, and because the Moab class balloons are being kept in place, that gives time for our abilities to recharge. And that is what I meant at the start when I said that we're doing time-based farming or ability-based farming, because these abilities need time to recharge. And what we're doing with the Moab Shaft Heli is we're just giving them the time, right? We're stalling 1 round and we are using the abilities over and over. So this is kind of well, it's not a cheat code, but this thing makes so much money, it's actually insane. Like, look at this. We're defending with like how many towers is that? Well, the druids are doing a lot of work, but this is a very cheap defense, and all of the money is just going straight into the bank. So we have a total of, this is going to be number 8, so 8 420 farms and 8041 druids, and the rest of the farms are 200, which we just left them like that. So now we need to defend, and now this is the switch up that we usually don't do. Well, this is the first one, is the Glaive Lord, which I guess we usually do the Glaive Lord for defending tier 2 Bloonarius, but this is a new tower, and this is the Moab Eliminator. Now the reason why I want to use this is because this works in a similar way to which the Sticky Bomb and the Blade Maelstrom work, right? So the Sticky Bomb, throws the charge, it explodes, and the Sticky Bomb, sorry, not the Sticky Bomb, but the Blade Maelstrom cleans it up. So this is the same concept, right? You just click the ability, it gets a little bit of its HP off, and then it goes down, and the Glaive Lord is the cleanup. Now, what I got is a 400 village, and the reason why I want to get it is because it has a 10% cooldown reduction on Primary Monkey's abilities. So you get that thing, and I also got the Sky Shredder on Wing Monkey. If you don't have Wing Monkey, I think Center Path is gonna work just fine, but I got the Sky Shredder to boost up the DPS and to just clean up if it's needed. It's a nice little DPS boost, I gotta say, and we're gonna sell it later on, so that's it. So these are the 2 new towers that we're using, and I'm also getting the overclock now. All the farms are 420 and just getting ready for the Monkeyopolis. So look at this, it's round 66. And we can buy the Monkeyopolis right now. I mean, that I don't think that has happened there before. I think we were able to buy it in like the early 60s even. So 100,000. I'm just waiting for Bloonarius to pop before buying it. And there we go, you know, 8 druids with 11 420 farms, just selling all of the druids. And look at this, we've got like over $200,000. Now this is very important. Before buying the Monkeyopolis, you get a 104 village and then you get another one next to it. And so the reason why you want to do this is because of the Monkey City upgrade, which I think I mentioned at the start. ISEP thinks that this doesn't work, but it actually does. You have to switch up the way that you're buying it. So if you buy the Monkeyopolis and then you buy the Monkey City upgrade, it's not gonna make more money. But if you buy the Monkey City upgrade on the next village, or the village that's next to it, and then you upgrade the Monkeyopolis, then the Monkeyopolis is gonna have increased production. So I'm not sure if you guys are actually familiar with this, so let me just quickly explain it. So the thing with the Monkey City upgrade is that is the fourth tier bottom path upgrade, and what this does is it increases all of the farm that's or all of the cash that's generated from any tower by 15%. So now it works on farms, it works on basically everything else, but for some reason it doesn't work on the Monkeyopolis. And so the way that you need to do it basically is you need to have both villages next to each other, so both need to be upgraded to Monkey City, and then you overclock the Monkeyopolis, and then, you know, it's gonna work, and it's gonna make this Monkeyopolis produce 15% more cash. And that is a lot of money, by the way. 15% for a tower that makes tens of thousands per round. That is a lot of money. So what I'm doing now is, as you guys can see, this is just a lot of money. We have not had this amount of money basically in any of our runs. So I got, you know, the usual Banana Central, Wall Street, spamming 420 farms on the right side. The Glaive Lord is defending by itself. And 420 Alchemist, and now I'm getting ready for the VTSG, so the Temple and the VTSG. Now what I'm doing here is I'm placing it on the water here, so there's like an open grave on the left side as well, so using, you know, the water trick, placing I think that's a Snowstorm, so 041, and then I'm placing it on the water. Now this is going to be useful in a second, well not in a second, in a few minutes actually, but make sure to have it on the water. So now I'm doing the sacrifices. We have the Permabrew from the magic ones, we have the Inferno Ring and the Ice Tower from the primary ones, and I bought the XXXL Trap for the support ones. And there we go, that's the temple. And now I'm just buying the 250 village, the Permabrew as usual. And now I'm gonna do something that I usually do later on, but I'm gonna do it now. Actually, I'm not gonna do it now. I'm gonna... I kind of confused it with the next tier, I'm sorry. But you're gonna see in a few minutes what I'm talking about. So getting the mat. And, you know, the reason why we're not getting the VTSG in the middle, by the way, it looks like the perfect spot, right? But it's not. It's actually not the perfect spot for it. And the reason why it's not the perfect spot is because when you upgrade it, the footprint of the tower increases, and then you cannot place any more towers around it. And also you can't have it buffed by a village. I guess you could reveal the camo balloons, it's not gonna have camo detection, and I guess the homeland security ability is global, but it doesn't matter. So we're getting ready for the tier 3 Bloonarius, buying the usual stuff, so getting the abilities, you know, going. I'm overclocking the temple now, not the Banana Central. I got the 502 sniper on strong, I got the super brillo, which is obviously amplifying the DPS, and this thing is gonna fall in in just a few rounds. It's not even gonna make it inside. None of these balloons are gonna make it inside. I think just the tier 5 is gonna make it in, but you know, it's gonna pop soon afterwards. So look at the money. We have $400,000, round 80. Got the temple up, and now you know, everything is being defended. This is just so much money that at this point you cannot fail. It's just a matter of buying the towers that you want to buy and just defending eventually. So I'm getting ready for the VTSG. I'm buying my 5th tier super monkeys here at the bottom right corner, and that is gonna be pretty much it. You know, that is, the farming is done, the towers are done. I'm just gonna be buying a few new things. Well, it's not a new thing, but it's actually something that we don't get the chance to do often. So I'm gonna be buying, of course, the carrier flagship this time. to buff the attack speed of the temple, because we placed it on water, right? And so if you place it on water, it counts as a water tower, and the carrier flagship buffs water towers. So that's just how it works. And yeah, there we go. So that's the VTSG 501 Permabrew 250 village. And so what I'm gonna do now is something, you know, that I kind of started mentioning previously, but I'm gonna get a support temple now. The reason why I want to get it now is because I'm gonna be starting to fill a lot of this space on the left side with a lot of towers, which I don't want to get sacrificed later on. So I'm just getting the support temple now. Doesn't matter how much money you spend on it, honestly, because we're just overflowing. I think I'm gonna have like $1.5 million later on, so it's just so much money at this point that it's just crazy. So getting the support temple down, getting the ultra boost upgraded. The ultra boost is hooked up one of these tech bots, and it's, you know, it's just doing its own thing. It's buffing the VTSG constantly. I got the carrier flagship there. It's about an 18% attack speed boost, I think. And I'm getting ready for the Dark Paragon. We're gonna be buying both Paragons, by the way. And at this point, I'm just gonna be spamming 042 Dark Monkeys. So I'm gonna see you guys in a second when tier 4 appears. Okay, so tier 4 Elite Bloonarius, there we go. This thing is gonna pop in a few seconds actually, but at this time I'm just buying the sniper and the super brittle because we sacrificed them to the previous one. So we had to rebuy them. So rebuying the 501 eyes, the 502 sniper, which is on strong, and then just letting the VTSG do its thing. And I'm just spamming a lot of Dark Monkeys. I'm trying to get the Paragon over 40. That's kind of my goal when I play these. So as long as it's over 40, I'm happy with those. And this thing is kind of evaporating, but so as soon as I place a few more Dark Monkeys, I'm gonna sacrifice and I'm gonna make the Paragon. So there we go, degree 41. That's just where I wanted. You know, these jumps that the Paragons get in damage are very small, you know, on a degree that is not in the tens, right? So the 10, 20, 30, 40, those are the significant damage increase, at least more significant than the other ones, right? So if you're looking to get a Paragon, you know, 41 is a pretty good number, I think. So I'm getting ready for the Boomerang Paragon at this point, getting the Glaive Lord, getting the what's it called, the Moab Domination. Yeah, we don't use that one a lot. So getting the Moab Domination, this thing popped in a few rounds, like 6 rounds I think. So not much to talk about here honestly, besides that I'm just spamming 042 boomerangs. And this next Paragon, the Boomerang Paragon, is gonna be right next to the VTSG where the dart is, kind of in that area. So you guys can, I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but it's on the left side. So the next, I guess, 9 rounds I'm gonna be spending doing this. I'm gonna sell all of the farms on the right side, and I'm gonna place a lot of Paragons, so sorry, a lot of Boomerangs there. So I'm gonna see you guys in a second, and we're gonna talk more about the tier 5. So this is a very clean look on how everything looks. You know, you can have a clean look of the map and the towers that I have. So, you know, the usual, there we go, there goes the Boomerang, 32, that's nice, I like 32, that's fine, that's gonna do a lot of DPS. And there we go, tier 5 Elite Bloonarius. This thing, as you would expect, is going to evaporate, and I just bought a 500 Energizer sub to, you know, get those cooldowns going as fast as possible. Everything is hooked up to those tech bots that I bought for the Druid, so we're, at this point, we're just watching, I'm not even doing anything. We have over $1 million left over. And that just goes to show how easy, you know, this whole farming thing was, right? Because we had such an amazing early game and such an amazing mid game farm with the Druids, and then we were able to transition into the 4-0 farms, and then that whole thing kind of snowballed into, you know, almost getting this guy down in like 6 rounds. So the reason why this popping is gonna get delayed by a few rounds is because of the line of sight, right? So because of these Paragons, they cannot see through the obstacles, so they're not going to be doing any more DPS. You guys can rebuy them if you want, I guess, but you're going to need to do the sacrifices all over again, and it's not necessary. So, you know, just aim for a higher degree of Paragon, I guess, so that you do the most of the DPS while Bloonarius is on the left side and while he's outside still. Here I'm rebuying the Cripple Moab and the Super Bill. Absolutely no need to do that because it's about to pop, and there we go. That is this week's Elite Bloonarius. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.